Are you struggling with social skills, emotional intelligence, communication, strategic thinking, or success habits, all the while pursuing your dream of quitting your day job to run a successful online business? Welcome to the Life Sculptor Blueprint, a show tailored for determined and resourceful individuals who aspire to enhance their life skills, fire their bosses, and reach their online business goals. This show delivers practical advice and inspirational stories, arming you with the necessary tools to sharpen your life skills and excel at running a thriving online business empire. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about the art of asking. For many of us shy, introverted types, asking for what we want can actually be a daunting challenge. Whether we're requesting a raise, asking for the sale, seeking for assistance, or simply expressing a desire in a relationship, the fear of rejection is what holds us back. Many people will fail to allow themselves to ever develop in this area of their life. And today's episode is just to look at why and how can we stop that cycle. Asking for help, overcoming fear of rejection, it's critical for success. You'll never be able to build your business beyond your ability to ask. Just think of everything from the sale to the customer, where you're asking the customer to purchase, to reaching out to coaches, to connecting with partners and services. Everything requires an ask of some sort. We can only receive what we learn to ask for. Asking is actually about being in control of yourself rather than letting something else outside dictate your life. And for many people, that might be shame or fear or the judgment. Those kinds of things hold people back from making the ask. And therefore, they have lost control over where their life can actually go. So learning to ask appropriately helps us find freedom from our inner critic. It exposes the inner critic the moment we go to make a request and we feel this part of us that holds back in fear or you wince a little bit, you feel shame, you feel embarrassed. That's your inner critic now being shown for what he really is. And this is where you realize if you can see your enemy, you can stop your enemy. So here we go. Asking for what you want and reframing rejection can transform your personal and professional life. So we're going to explore how to effectively ask for what we want. We're going to explore how we handle rejection gracefully, how we learn from it, and how we use it as a stepping stone to actually achieve our goals. We'll be drawing insight from my book, How to Talk to Anyone, which I want to thank everyone who was a part of the book's launch. Together, we caused How to Talk to Anyone to hit Amazon bestseller #1 rank in the category of business communication skills and the #2 bestseller in interpersonal relationships. It's quite a feat, and I'm so excited. So thank you to everyone who made that possible. So why would you hesitate to ask for what you want? Just take a self-inventory really quickly. Is it fear of rejection? Do you feel unworthy? Do you not want to appear demanding? You need to understand yourself so you can begin to combat the harmful mindset that keeps you stuck in that area. Communicating your needs and desires is essential for personal growth and relationship building. When you ask for what you want, you are clarifying your needs. People appreciate when you are clear. There are plenty of friends that probably would tell you, hey, let me know if you need something, but they don't know how to offer what might be of interest to you. So what they're leaving out there with you is an invitation to tell them how they can assist. Please be clear is the underlying subtext of their offer. Clearly articulating your desire helps you understand what you truly want and need, and therefore makes it easier to pursue your goals and makes it easier for others to come alongside you in that journey. The second thing that asking for what you want does is empowers yourself. Taking the initiative to ask for what you want empowers you to take control of your life and your circumstances. We talked about that a little earlier. The third thing it does is it causes us to build stronger relationships. Open communication fosters trust and understanding in relationships, whether personal or professional. The final success of asking for what we want, we achieve greater success. Many opportunities are missed simply because we failed to ask. By being assertive, we open new doors to new possibilities. So now let's check out some strategies for asking for what you want. You know, the first strategy has two heads and they're polar opposites of each other. And it has to do with knowing our value. Before we ask for anything, on one side of the coin, it's important to recognize your worth. When you understand your strengths, your skills, your contributions, then that boosts your ability, your self-awareness, your confidence. It causes your request to be more compelling to others. However, sometimes we aren't fully developed in the area of knowing our value. Some of us, we're still working on learning to understand and appreciate our value. And yet the world doesn't stop and we still have to learn how to ask. Here's where the opposite side of this coin comes in. Sometimes we learn to love ourselves and understand our value more as we learn to just embrace the fear of rejection for what it is. So if this is true for you, we need to reframe asking to be more of a game and less about knowing who you are and why you're asking for what you're asking for. The game is this: see how many no's you can receive as quickly as possible. Approach asking as if it has no connection to your value or self-worth in any way. Do you see the difference here? As you build resilience to this most feared two-letter word, no, you will learn to see your value shining through in the process. But sometimes you just have to move through something with as much strength and tenacity as you can without fully understanding why you are worth what you are asking for. Of course, I wholeheartedly hope that you can reach for number one. Just know your value coming out of the gate. But if not, turn it off and make it a game. How many no's can you receive and how quickly can you receive them? For every no that you receive, you're another step closer to receiving a yes from someone else. The second strategy, be clear and specific. Vague requests often lead to misunderstandings. Okay. So be clear about what you want and why you want it. For instance, don't just say to somebody at work, I would like more responsibility, right? Make sure that you're very specific. I'd like to lead the next project because I believe my experience in that project can contribute to its success. And here's how. Being clear and specific is what will help others understand how they can help you. The third strategy, practice assertiveness. See, assertiveness is about expressing your needs respectfully and yet confidently. Use I statements to communicate your desires without sounding aggressive to other people. For example, I feel I'm ready for a promotion because my contributions to the team have led to a success over the past. The fourth strategy is to prepare for the conversation. Anticipate potential questions or objections. This is more like, a sales response, but be ready for what others might say and how you might answer their rebuttals. This preparation shows that you've thought through your request and that you're serious about it. The only caution I would have as I challenge others to prepare is that they not get so locked up in the preparation phase that either they failed to make the ask or B, they just spin themselves up until they feel like just asking for something simple is more like a grand game of playing chess. And I don't want to see you stuck or constipated in your ability to just simply ask for what you need the moment you need it. Another strategy is to choose the right time and place. Sometimes the thing we're asking for is just fine, but sometimes when we ask for it, it's just the wrong time for the other person. So timing can significantly impact the outcome of your request. Sixth strategy is to be open to negotiation. So just because you're making a request doesn't mean you will get the answer in the form that you were asking, right? Someone may be willing to meet you halfway, but not meet you entirely in the span of what you need. And so we have to be ready to take what we can get. If we ask someone to buy our product and they ask us for a discount, right? We have to be willing to negotiate that and meet them where they are. Another important strategy for asking is be ready to ask twice. People who say no are 50% more likely to say yes if asked again. So learn to be persistent, but not annoying. Space out your requests. Don't just ask immediately, or else that is extremely annoying. Allow for a little bit of time between your requests, but understand you're closer to a yes than you may have realized. All right, now we're going to talk about reframing rejection. Now, rejection, I'm not talking about the feeling we sense inside when someone says no. I'm talking about when someone tells you no to a request. That is a rejection. It is an inevitable part of life, and it doesn't have to be a roadblock to you. Remember, rejection is not really about you. It's about what the other person is willing or able to give when you make a request. So by reframing rejection, you can see it as a valuable part of your journey towards success. So firstly, don't take it personally. Let me say it again. Don't take rejection personally. Rejection often feels personal, but it usually isn't. Understand that being turned down is not a reflection of your self-worth or your abilities. Assume the other person means good. It might simply mean that the timing wasn't right for them, or that the request you're making is just not a good fit for them. Number 2, seek feedback. When faced with rejection, ask for constructive feedback. When my children ask me for something and I tell them no, their next question usually is, well, why? And I'm not upset when my children ask why, because it gives me an opportunity to walk them through the process that I use to arrive at the decision that concerns them. And if they begin to see behind the yes or the no and to the heart of why, as a father, I would say yes or no, then I feel like they're learning more about life than by simply getting what they want. Understanding the reasons behind rejection to your request can provide valuable insight and help you improve your request making for the future. Remember, part of reframing rejection is also learning and adapting from the rejection. Use it to reflect on what you can do differently next time and make necessary adjustments. Now, this could be to what you're presenting, the way you're presenting, the time you are presenting, to whom you are presenting your request. But each rejection, it's a step toward restructuring and mastering your approach. So don't be discouraged. No is not a life sentence for you. Be sure to maintain a positive mindset. So staying positive and keeping your end goals in sight. Rejection can be disheartening, but maintaining that positive outlook will keep you motivated and focused. It's about resiliency and tenacity in the end here. And that's where we finally settle on the idea of persistence. Persistence is key to overcoming rejection. Keep asking, keep learning, keep moving forward. Remember that many successful people faced numerous rejections before actually achieving their goals. This is part of your story. Rejection is the mountain that you will climb to both build your personal social life skills and to improving your situation in your online business. In my book, How to Talk to Anyone, Social Skills Made Easy, I share personal stories and strategies for being charming and overcoming social anxiety and making engaging conversation. These tools can give you greater success in making your requests because you learn to deeply connect with others as you make your requests. If you'd like to know more about that, come to my website, posg.life, and connect with me through the Contact Me link. By the way, my book is also available for purchase on Amazon if you haven't picked up your copy. It's being released right now as an audiobook, but currently available is the ebook, the paperback, and the hardcover. All right, so let's work out tips for handling rejection. First off, reflect and recharge. After experiencing rejection, we introverts need to take some time to reflect on what just happened and to recharge ourselves. This period of reflection can provide clarity and renewed energy to move forward. Don't use your recharge period to sit in the mud and dwell on the failure. Use the recharge period to tell yourself it's okay, and I will do better, and I will climb this mountain and succeed in what I am attempting to do. Seek support. Talk to friends, family members, or mentors who can provide encouragement and perspective. Sharing your experiences can help you process your feelings and gain some new insight into other people's ideas around what may have just happened when someone told you no. Maybe there's something that you didn't quite consider that could help you from owning that rejection as if it were a failure or as if you had done something wrong. Also, set new goals. Use rejection as an opportunity to reassess your goals. Maybe your goals aren't in line with what your customers desire, for example. If you continue to just push through rejection after rejection after rejection, maybe your customers are trying to tell you something, and maybe no is not, no, I don't want to buy from you. Maybe no is, hey, I love you and I would buy from you, but I don't want your product in red. I want your product in blue. Simply reflecting on our goals and reassessing them may help us to understand where brute force is just not quite cutting it. Having new, clear direction can reignite our passion and motivation and keep us focused on the future. Final tip, handling rejection, celebrate small wins. Acknowledge and celebrate small victories along the way. This is so important. It sounds so silly at times. But each step forward, no matter how small, is progress. And by reinforcing good behavior with a celebration, you'll increase the likelihood that that behavior will continue in the future. Perhaps you've been made aware of the psychological impact of behavior that is not rewarded will not continue. And bad behavior that is not addressed will most definitely continue. We want the desired behavior of overcoming rejection and moving forward to be celebrated so that that behavior will continue. All right, in conclusion, asking for what you want and handling rejection are critical skills that can significantly impact your personal and professional life. By being clear and assertive and prepared, you can effectively communicate those needs. When faced with rejection, remember, reframe it as a step towards success. Learn from it, adapt, and persist. Be grateful for the opportunity. For more in-depth guidance and practical tips on improving your social skills, building confidence, and navigating rejection, I once again invite you to read my book, How to Talk to Anyone, Social Skills Made Easy. It offers a comprehensive roadmap to mastering the art of communication and achieving your goals. Finally, if you're listening to this podcast and you're thinking about ways that you can grow in these areas outside of the vacuum of yourself, perhaps you don't have relationships or coaches around you who can assist, I am considering opening an online group on a video chat, such as a Zoom call, where a small group for a limited time can come together and we can work with each other to help encourage each other, hold each other accountable, examine the tools that are working, maybe talk about some of the tools that aren't working for you, and encourage you in ways that you can try things you'd never tried before. If that kind of a group seems interesting to you, will you please reach out to me? You can find me on Facebook. You can also find me on LinkedIn, or you could go to my website, posg.life, and contact me through the contact link. I always check my email, and I am really excited to hear any feedback you may have. So if the idea overall intrigues you, and maybe you don't like the idea of a Zoom-based call, you would prefer a different method of approach, then please let me know that, because this is not a set in stone idea. I'm just floating it out there in case there are ways that I can help people with various learning styles overcome the obstacles that they are challenged with in the social skills arena. I want to see you succeed, and I want to provide tools and forums where you could be most successful in doing that. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. I hope to hear from you soon. I hope you have a great day. Go out there and learn to sculpt your life into the image that you desire. Have a great one. Take care.